Alright. Just making sure we're good. Actually, I'm going to take care of this now. Because I noticed that... Turn everything down to 3. Yeah, because I noticed during the stream my voice was being a little bit overpowered by the game, so I had to turn that down. But anyway, we're back. We're back with more Theatrhythm. And as I said yesterday, we are going to continue on with Final Fantasy VII onwards up to Final Fantasy XII. Or maybe 13, depending on how long I want to go. But that's the plan today. Okay, just had to make sure it was going. Alright. So, first one. Bombing mission. Now, Final Fantasy VII, I think I said this yesterday, I'm not the biggest fan of Final Fantasy VII, and I actually didn't get around to playing Final Fantasy VII until, like, a couple years ago. And that was the original, by the way. I haven't really, I tried to play the remake. But I didn't make much progress in that either. And the reason why I haven't made much progress in the remake is because, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like Midgar. I really don't. I don't like the aesthetic, I don't like the setting. I understand the purpose of it, like I understand like the world building purpose of Midgar, but that doesn't mean I have to like it. I don't like having to spend 40 hours, 40 plus hours in that fucking city. I really don't. I'll probably play Rebirth, because that actually takes place outside, with more locations. But as for the original Final Fantasy VII, I liked it. Because I remember for the longest time, I despised Cloud as a character. Because I thought he was just this angsty, emo dipshit. And I hated him. And again, as I mentioned yesterday, not helping is I didn't like the overall aesthetic in setting of Final Fantasy VII. In general, I don't really like the whole futuristic steampunk modernization of Final Fantasy after 7. I kind of prefer Final Fantasy when it sticks to its medieval fantasy roots, you know? Which is why I said that Final Fantasy 1 through 6 is peak Final Fantasy. That doesn't mean I hate it, because I'll still play it, but I don't prefer it that way. I'm just not a big fan of it. But that being said, now that I've actually played the damn game, and actually understand the story and the context behind everything, I do like Cloud a little bit more. Because again, I used to hate the motherfucker. I used to hate Cloud as a character, but now that I've played the story and I understand who he is, and why he is the way he is, I like him. He's not that bad. That being said, he's not even in my top 5. He's not even, like, in my top 5 Final Fantasy protagonists. Absolutely not. He's iconic. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is always iconic, because that's just the way it is, but... I'll fuck that up. Yeah, we're gonna be on Final Fantasy VII for a little bit because there's like 3 categories that involve Final Fantasy VII. There's this, there's the remake, and then there's the spin-off stuff that we gotta play. So we're gonna be playing like Crisis Core and shit like that, Advent Children. And yeah, even though Final Fantasy VII is like really iconic, I'm gonna have to agree with certain people that it has not aged well, at least in the graphical department. Like, compare that to Final Fantasy VIII, or even 9 for that matter. Final Fantasy VII looks like shit. It really does. Final Fantasy VII looks like fucking shit, even for a PlayStation game. I'm keeping it real with you. It just does. Fucking a lot of the characters look like Roblox characters, Lego characters. It's clear that like it was like the infancy of what they were trying to do because the PlayStation was still brand new, and I guess Square Enix wasn't exactly used to making 3D games like that. But good fucking lord. Yeah, a lot of the translation from the original hasn't held up the best either. That too. Alright, now we're doing the boss music. But like, yeah, look, all I'm saying is that my opinions on Final Fantasy VII have mostly changed a little bit. It's alright. It's an okay game. But let me tell you this, and a lot of you might not like hearing this, and this is a pretty spicy hot take, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I would rather play Final Fantasy II any day over Final Fantasy VII. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. That goes, actually, you know what? The original 6 in general. I would rather play Final Fantasy 1 through 6 in general before I play Final Fantasy VII again. I'm sorry that this is going to be the stream where I just let out all my grievances with Final Fantasy VII. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. Because I've been into Final Fantasy for the better part of a decade, and I just never understood the overwhelming hype behind Final Fantasy VII. I just never did. I just never understood the hype. And I mean, I guess I get it now, after playing it. I guess I get it. But I really feel like Final Fantasy VII is a victim of... I call it, like... I'm not gonna, like, because it's obviously nostalgia. It really is. At the end of the day, it's rose-tinted glasses, it's nostalgia, because here's the thing. Final Fantasy VII shares the same problem as Ocarina of Time and Symphony of the Night. And you know what all those games have in common? They came out around the same time period. They revolutionized the genre. They went into a completely new medium. They completely changed the gaming scene, right? It was the late 90s, everyone started getting the PlayStation and the N64, it was a new era for gaming, and these were like the biggest fucking games at the time. And while they were revolutionary, while they were innovative, when you play them nowadays, oh my god, do they not hold up as well. I'm not saying they're bad, but they just don't hold up as well, right? Symphony of the Night, great game. But if you compare it to other Metroidvanias that came out afterwards, there are so many things that the future games improved from it. Like Symphony of the Night, some of my problems with Symphony of the Night are the warp rooms. The warp rooms are poorly placed and inconvenient. There's no boss doors, so if you're a first-time player, you won't know that you're in a boss room until it's too late. So, like, you won't get a chance to prep, you won't get a chance to save. So there's that problem. So there's minor things about Symphony of the Night that were fixed and improved upon by future games. Same thing goes for Final Fantasy VII. I feel like Final Fantasy VII, it plays fine. It plays like a Final Fantasy game, but I really feel like it's one of those things where it's like, did it really do anything that different? Because when you really look at Final Fantasy as a whole, technically speaking, every game is an innovator. Final Fantasy II changed it up. Final Fantasy III changed shit up. Final Fantasy V changed shit up. Every game, there's something new being added to Final Fantasy. Fucking, Final Fantasy VIII added the junction system. Final Fantasy X added the grid sphere system. It's like, bro, every game, whether you like it or not, every Final Fantasy game in some way innovates somehow. It's not just, oh, Final Fantasy VII... The only thing that Final Fantasy VII did was go 3D. That's the only thing that you can give it credit for, was that it went 3D. And it looks like shit. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, it looks like shit. But it's not a bad game, though. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want you people walking away from this thinking I'm trying to shit on the game. It's not a bad game. I enjoyed my time playing it. As a matter of fact, I actively went out of my way to 100% the damn game because I liked it so much. I had a fun time with it. What I'm saying is that I'm a little bit annoyed at the sheer... Now look, this is where people need to learn this wording and kind of like understand the phrasing of this. I'm not going to say it's overrated, because that's not the right terminology. It's oversaturated. And when I say oversaturated, I mean that it's oversaturated in the sense that people talk about it too much. They talk about it too much, it's worshipped by the fandom, and it's overshadowing other games that, frankly, I think are better. People will hold this game up on a pedestal while completely ignoring equally better games. Like, most people probably haven't even played Final Fantasy V, or Final Fantasy I, or any of the classic ones, or anything past that. It's like when people think of Final Fantasy, they think of Final Fantasy VII. Same thing goes for Castlevania. When people think of Castlevania, they think of Symphony of the Night. When people think of Zelda, they think of Ocarina of Time. And again, none of these are bad games. None of them are. They're all really fun games, they're great games, but my problem is that in each respective fan base, they are equally oversaturated. All of them are. They're oversaturated by the fan base and by these old heads that grew up in the 90s who won't fucking let go of it. I'm sorry, but they won't. I was born in 98, and I didn't care about Final Fantasy VII until just a few years ago because I always thought it was stupid. I never liked Cloud. I thought the setting was boring. I always preferred Final Fantasy 1 through 6. I love Ocarina of Time because I grew up with that, so I guess you could say that's nostalgia bias. But even then, I don't hold it up on the same pedestal that everyone else does. So it's like, I'm going off on a tangent here, but it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Ay. I'm sorry I went on a rant there, but like I think that's like one of the only times where I can really talk about my feelings about Final Fantasy VII, because I don't play Final Fantasy on this channel very much. But yeah, there you go. That's how I feel about it. Again, not a bad game. I like it. I like the music too. Like this track right here. God damn it. I gotta pause it real quick. Somebody is blowing up my phone like usual, because I mentioned this yesterday whenever I stream. Alright. People blowing up my damn phone when I'm trying to stream. Every time, man. Every time. Every time. Gotta love it. Anyway, back to the song. I probably just turned away a shit ton of people from my spicy opinions about Final Fantasy VII. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't like Final Fantasy VII as much as everybody else, but you know what? How do you think I feel being like one of the only fucking Final Fantasy V fans, and nobody appreciates that game? How do you think I feel? Or hell, one of the only Final Fantasy I fans. People give that game an unfair shake. People look at Final Fantasy I like it's just this boring grind fest with no plot, and that's basic as fuck. I mean, while it is basic, it is technically basic, because it's like the most bare-boned Final Fantasy you can play. But it's because of that I recommend it to so many people. Like, when people ask me, oh, what Final Fantasy would you recommend? I always tell them Final Fantasy I, because, like, especially if you're new to Final Fantasy and have no idea what it's about or how it plays, you gotta go with the first one, because that's where you're gonna get a hang of how the systems work. They're not gonna overwhelm you with mechanics like the jobs or the junctions or the materia. None of these, like, stat-boosting abilities or none of that shit. It's just simple, bare-bones, cut-to-the-chase RPG elements where you have 4 party members, you stick with 4 jobs throughout the entire game, that's it, you only get 4 jobs, you stick with it, and you only have basic spells. Like, you got your fire, your blizzard, your thunder. You can level it up. You get your white magic, your black magic, and it's all easy to keep track of. It's all easy to keep track of. The story's not too long, and it's not too complicated. It's the most basic, true-to-form Final Fantasy experience you can get, and I recommend it to everybody. Even though I love Final Fantasy V, there is no way in hell I'm going to recommend that to anybody who's a beginner. There's no way. Because Final Fantasy V is absolutely not a casual-friendly game. There's no way. This song. $9.81, not bad. Man, don't tell me it's gonna start getting hot as fuck again. I started streaming because I thought it was like moderately room temperature in here, but the second I start streaming, I think it's because I'm having to concentrate so much. The more you concentrate, the more you start sweating and fucking, We got 3 more to go. Genova, Birth of a God, and then One Winged Angel. And then we gotta move on to Remake. How did I fuck that up? This background, by the way, like this stage that we're standing on, was actually a stage in Dissidia, which is pretty cool. Well, I'm pretty sure it's a stage in Smash Ultimate, too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay, 950, Good old 950. That was a joke, says Cloud. Yeah, I like how after every time you start a song or end a song, the characters will say something. The song is in Smash, but you don't know about the stage. Wait, what'd you say, Dan? Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. It's the entire Northern Crater. Yeah. Birth of a God. Okay, now we're getting people coming in again. 5 people. Thankfully, you guys came in late. That way you guys didn't have to hear my salty opinions about Final Fantasy VII. Oh, did I say that? Oh, please don't rewind the footage. Don't rewind the stream, whatever you do. Oh man, they got petrified. Look at them. They all got petrified. I like how it mixes in that theme here. Gotta love leitmotifs. Nice. What was that, 990? Yeah, 992. Okay, so because I already did this last stream, I'm going to skip this one because we're going to be playing One Winged Angel anyway. A different version, rather. Okay, so yep, now comes the spin-off stuff. Now we're doing Advent Children. It's Leet. I'm sorry. Wouldn't be the first time I've been pronouncing something wrong this entire time. I've been pronouncing Aria of Sorrow incorrectly for the longest time, too. Someone had to hound me for that because I was pronouncing it Aria of Sorrow. I don't know why I was pronouncing it that way, it just sounded right. It just sounded right to me, and they're like, Darian, it's Aria. It's Aria, so I'm like, really? I don't know, that just didn't sound right. Aria just sounded better in my head, so I've just been pronouncing it that way. Dude, you know what it is? It's kind of like how people keep pronouncing Titus as Titus, because it makes sense narratively, because it's, you know, tide, it sounds like water, and Titus is usually how you say it, but canonically it's Titus. Even though Titus sounds better, that's not how you're supposed to pronounce it. I mean, that might be a false equivalency, but you know, you get what I mean. You get what I mean, damn it. Anyway, Advent Children. Divinity 2. Again, I said this yesterday. I wasn't a fan of this movie. I thought it was boring. I mean, this shouldn't be a surprise after everything I just said about Final Fantasy VII being boring, in my opinion, about me not liking the aesthetic. I already don't like the aesthetic of Midgar, and this entire fucking movie is like that. So, color me surprised that I think that this movie is boring and drab as fuck. You know? I don't even remember if this enemy that we're fighting was even in the movie. The only thing I remember about Advent Children was the fight with Sephiroth, because that's literally the only memorable part of the damn movie. It's also been like over a decade since I saw it, so... Tifa still has boobs even in the cartoons. Yeah, isn't that funny? Bahamut Sin. I can't stop seeing it now. Now that he pointed it out, I can't stop looking at that. That's funny. It's part of her character, isn't it? I mean, literally it is, because that's all people were talking about when the remake was coming out. Or Rebirth when it was coming out, is how like they kept like decreasing or like reducting her tit size or some shit, and people were genuinely upset about that. So it's like, let's be honest, I feel like a good chunk of Final Fantasy fans, or at least Final Fantasy VII fans, only really acknowledge Tifa for her tits. Or at least they think that's like her one defining character trait, is that she's the boob lady, she's the tit lady. So of course, that's what they're gonna focus on when they design her in this game. It's like, oh yeah, we gotta make sure to add the boobs because that's what everyone cares about. Bunch of fucking horny-ass, thirsty motherfuckers. And if you don't believe me, they literally made, like, didn't they make, like a lewd statue of her. Like, it came out a couple years ago. I swear to God, someone, I don't know which company made it, but there was a fucking studio who made this statue of Tifa doing like this lewd pose, and she was naked. It was a nude statue of Tifa with like a motorcycle or some shit, and she was posing, and she was nude. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, people are just... Yeah, traumatic backstory and those aggressive martial arts. No, it's all about those tits. Alright, here it is. See, now yesterday, when I played One Winged Angel, you'll notice how short it was, how they cut it off like halfway. This is a much longer song. And I'm very confused as to why they let us play this version of it when they won't even let us play the original version in its full length. This is a much longer song. And this is a level 16 song, by the way. This is a very difficult song. Yeah, like, notice, we're starting from the beginning of the song properly. See, by now, if we were playing the original version of this song, we would have been done already. And we're only halfway through this one. You see how long this song is? Ah, damn, I got too crazy. I was being too haptic with my button presses. Damn it. What the fuck was Uematsu smoking when he made this? You should ask that question with Dancing Mad. He was on some shit when he was making that song. I don't know if you've listened to that. Go listen to Dancing Mad and tell me what you think about that, because that song is nuts. Okay, catch up, catch up, catch up. Okay, but that's different. That's a sweet. Yeah. But listen to how crazy it sounds, though. You know what? People have pointed this out. I'm sorry, I like this part of the song. Oh my god, we're finally done. Ooh, 9:39, not bad. Anyway, what I was saying. I'm more impressed by the fact that when Uematsu was making Dancing Mad, or hell, the entire soundtrack for Final Fantasy VI, that he managed to make it sound as good on the SNES sound chip. People, I think I read a comment on there saying that, like, oh, what did they say? It was such a good comment. I need to pull up that comment because it was such a good comparison. If I could find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is, I found it. Here's the comment. It is said that using SNES for music was like using crayons, and the original composer used crayons to paint the Sistine Chapel. Yeah. That's a good comment. That is a fucking insane comparison. That is awesome. Because that's basically what he did. It's like using crayons to paint the Sistine Chapel. And he pulled it off. Anyway, are we done with Advent? Okay, yeah, now we're going on to, Crisis Core. They actually remastered that, too. Crisis Core Reunion, that came out, like, last year. I didn't get to beat that. I have it, I own it, but I still need to beat that one. Oh my god, that completely fucked me up. Oh, I feel like a lot of people undermine it because it's a 16-bit system, and they think there's only so much you can do with it. And by result, a lot of games don't really know how to utilize it. But then you get someone like Uematsu, who knows what he's doing, and utilized every bit of the sound chip to his ability, and then you get Final Fantasy VI. Okay, what is going on here? What is this beat? That was insane. What the hell was that? Double S, man, go fuck yourself. You know, it's fine, it doesn't matter, because I already got the perfect chain on him a while ago. The Soldier Way. Is that Sephiroth as the fourth party member? Yeah. I put 3 heroes and 1 villain to kind of encapsulate the series. Nice to see him and Cloud get over their differences. I haven't played Rebirth, but I remember seeing the trailers for it, and that's the impression that I got, because when you watch the trailers for Rebirth, they make it seem like Sephiroth and Cloud are teaming up. I don't know if that happens in the game or not, but that's what it looked like. I'm gonna have to eventually play it to find out, but... This kid shit is so cringe, bro. Well, you know what? You have the ability to stop watching. You know what is cringe, Bobby? Watching something that you just call cringe. $880. You know what is cringe, Bobby? Continuing to watch something that you just called cringe. What kind of shit is that? Oh my god, and another double S? What? Okay, now we're doing the remake. Alright. How many? Oh my god, we got a really good chunk of hard songs here. Airbuster. Collapsed Express, High Five, Genova, Midgar, and then One Winged Angel again! Yay! And then we could finally be done with Final Fantasy VII. We've been here for far too long. Good lord. Can we move on to the next game, please? For the planet. How old is this game? This game came out like last year, or just about 2 years ago. It didn't come out that long. It's like a year or two old. Like, it just came out. It even has Final Fantasy 16 songs in it. But that's DLC, so... Well, the 3DS... Well, Theatrhythm is a pretty old series. It has, games on the 3DS. So technically it is old, but this specific game just came out. I might need to get a new controller. I'm really starting to notice that my my square button is starting to not register. I tell you what, they don't make controllers like they used to. I should see it happen again. Just fucking drop the input. I'm gonna have a DSP moment. I mean it. I'm about to have a DSP moment. That's it. I'm gonna have a fucking DSP moment. This is such fucking horseshit. Like, dude, I don't know how many times I'm gonna sit here and be pressing the button and it just doesn't fucking work. Like, what the fuck? I don't get this horseshit. Like, I'm literally pressing the button. You gotta be fucking kidding me. You've heard that phrase before, but you don't know what it means. I'm making fun of a Dark Side Phil. Look him up. He's a rather infamous streamer who rage quits at video games, particularly fighting games, and he's pretty infamous on the internet. So when I say that I'm gonna have a DSP moment, that means that I'm about to rage at the game, or blame the game on like lag or dropped inputs. Fucking dropped input, couldn't block. Fucking horseshit. See, I couldn't do it because it lagged. See, the reason why I didn't hit that note there is because it completely dropped my fucking input. Such fucking horseshit. This game dropped my input. Again. As long as you don't have a low tier... See, you know who low tier god is. Now, see, if I was gonna have a low tier god moment, I would say something like, "Man, 886. I was only putting in 2%. I was only putting in 2%. Everyone knows that I could have made that 9 million. See, double S, nah. I was only putting in 2%. I was only put in 2%. Mods, you already know what to do. Ban these motherfuckers. Get that ass banned. You know." Also, someone said, "Hola." Who was that? That was... Come on, who was that? Who said that? Who said that? Hola, Mr. Patiasuelos. I'm sorry, but I don't speak Spanish. I didn't just do this one, did I? No, I did the airbuster. Yeah. Well, I know what that means, Juan. I know what hola means. I'm pretty sure almost everyone knows what that means. I'm just letting him know, because if someone comes into the stream saying hola, I'm going to assume that that's their first language. I'm just letting them know that I don't speak Spanish, just as a heads up. I know what hola means. Darian is developing early Deme? Deme. Or maybe he says, or say wave, since high needs H. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know, man. I can't wait till we get to Final Fantasy X. Yeah, he seems to not remember doing this song 3 times in a row. It's because I'm not paying attention to the song. I keep focusing on the chat, so I keep forgetting, like, which song I was playing because I wasn't even paying attention to the song itself. It's like, did I play that already? No, don't say it. Don't go there. Yeah, yeah, you know where I was going with that? At least I hope you do, if you know where I'm going with that. What did you just say? Said, dude, it's one thing for a cat to randomly start grooming you, but it's when a kitten that shit hurts. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it is weird when it's a kitten doing it. High five. I didn't know what you were going to say, but I could tell by your voice. Yeah, because I was about to say something, but I was like, no, I'm not gonna bring that up. I'm trying my best. I'll give you a hint. I'm trying my best not to bring up politics. Because Dan mentioned dementia, and I think you know where I'm going with that. If you've been keeping up with current events. Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Okay, well, Dan just gave it away. You can say it because you're not the one streaming. So you know what? You can say it. You know, there you go. You know what? Bo Jiden. There you go. That's how I get away with it. It was a Bo Jiden momento. There you go. I didn't say his name. That's not his real name. But you get what I'm trying to say because it's all about the implication. Because we switched the letters around. Fucking hell, man. Alright, that's enough of that. That's enough. Bill Hayden.
Oh my god, when are we gonna be done with this Final Fantasy VII shit? I just want to move on to Final Fantasy X! For fuck's sake! Like, get me the fuck out of here, for fuck's sake! Bro's so mad that he broke out the Zoidberg! Of course! Because I'm pissed off! This game's getting me angry! Because I'm tired of playing Final Fantasy VII over and over!
Darien isn't a person, he's a mimic that shapeshifts.
When he needs to make the voice. Yes, indeed. And boy, I'll tell you what. I'm really hyped for that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, aren't you? I can't wait to play as Frieza and whoop everyone's ass. He pulled out the Frieza, indeed.
Anyway, enough of that. Now we gotta do Jenova. Jenova's Witnesses. Can't wait to play as Broly and start screaming at the top of my lungs. Speaking of screaming at the top of your lungs, I remember when I was like really doing my Frieza voice a lot back in the day, when I had to start practicing it, I would go to my friends' houses. I would go to my friend's house, and then we would like go for a walk on the street to like go to the corner store. And I'm not shitting you, when we were on the street, on a public road, I just decided to completely scream at the top of my lungs as Frieza. And if any of you have seen the Resurrection F movie, if you remember that scene where Frieza is like being overpowered by Goku, and he's like sitting there defeated on his hands and knees, and he goes, "Why? Why? This shouldn't be happening! I am Lord Frieza!" I screamed that shit at the top of my lungs, and I was so disappointed that I didn't record it because it sounded perfect. Oh. I was so disappointed that I didn't record it because that shit sounded so perfect when I did it. Darien isn't a gamer confirmed, huh? Oh, because I have friends? I can't even focus because I'm trying to read the fucking comments. Oh, you guys are killing me. These fucking... I mean, you guys insist that I don't have real-life friends, then what are you guys? A bunch of acquaintances? A bunch of nobodies, then? Are you not my friend, Dan? Are you not my friend, Juan? Do you guys not consider yourselves friends of Darien64? Are you guys just peons? Are you guys just viewers in my chat? God, okay, we're so close. Only 2 more songs, then we're done. Then we're done with Final Fantasy VII, then we can move on to 8. Fuck's sake, man. See, even in this game, see, this proves my point. Even in this fucking game, Final Fantasy VII is so oversaturated. Because they dedicated, like, 3 categories to Final Fantasy VII. It's crazy. who do you think gets more respect from their respective companies, Final Fantasy VII or Symphony of the Night? Final Fantasy VII, easily. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm glad you asked that question because that's another thing I want to get into. Oh, I thought that was... God damn it, that tricked me. That thing tripped me up. Anyway, so, back to the question. Which one do I think... Which company respects their IPs better, Symphony of the Night or Final Fantasy VII? Definitely Square Enix, because here's the thing, right? I mentioned that Final Fantasy VII is oversaturated. Not only is it oversaturated within the fan base, it's oversaturated within the fucking company. Because here's the thing. When they make spin-offs, 9 times out of 10, when they make a spin-off game with Final Fantasy, it almost always includes Final Fantasy VII. Cloud's gonna be involved, Sephiroth's gonna be involved, it's always gonna involve Final Fantasy VII somehow. And the fact that Final Fantasy VII has so many spin-offs dedicated to it, like Crisis Core, Ever Crisis, Before Crisis, The First Soldier, Dirge Cerberus, the Advent Children movie, the remake. By the way, we still don't have a Symphony of the Night remake. Konami can't even be bothered to do that. You'd think the #1 cash cow that they could do to make them money would be to remake Symphony of the Night. They haven't even done that yet. In an era where almost every goddamn game is getting a remake, Konami still hasn't gotten off their asses and made a Symphony of the Night remake yet. Think about that. Not that it really needs one, but you get what I'm saying. That they're so behind and they're so, like, out of touch that they don't even know what to do with their own IPs. They're just now starting to get on the right track. Like, they're starting to outsource their IPs to other developers now. That's why we're getting so many crossovers with Castlevania recently. But they're not making any fucking games. That is kind of funny. It is funny that Dracula X got a remake before Symphony of the Night. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, I think it's a pretty clear-cut answer that Final Fantasy VII definitely gets more respect out of its own company than Symphony of the Night does, because Konami doesn't even really do anything with Symphony of the Night. The only thing that they've really done with Symphony of the Night in recent years is given it a mobile port. That's all that they've done with it. They've given it a mobile port. Yeah, baby steps, I guess. Hopefully something comes out of it, I'm hoping. They're on the right track, but when you compare it to Square Enix and how they treat Final Fantasy VII and their franchise in general, oh yeah, by a metric ton. Square Enix takes the cake. They give way more respect to Final Fantasy than any other, than Symphony of the Night, by a long shot. Okay, see now, look, this version of One Winged Angel, we're starting in the middle again. I don't know why they do this. I mean, I know this version is long. This is a very long version of the song, by the way. This is a long-ass song. But, like, why you gotta start in the middle, bro? The pixel remasters are mid as fuck. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, too. I'll talk about that. See, what sucks about them starting in the middle like this is that we don't even get to play the best part of this version. There's a part in this song that I really like, and they cut it out because they had to start in the middle, and I fucking hate that. They cut out the best part of this song. Now prepare to hear this for 5 minutes. I'll catch up on chat in a minute. I see a bunch of stuff going on right now. You guys are talking up a storm. Alright. Anyway, I was going to talk about the Pixel remasters real fast. So yeah, the Pixel remasters, I own all 6 of them. Initially, I was really disappointed with them because I thought they were a downgrade from the PSP versions. Because I really loved the PSP versions of Final Fantasy 1 through 4. Because I thought they did a really good job on those. The graphics looked good, they had extra content like the secret bosses and the other modes. And I still kind of feel that way. I think I still would rather play the PSP versions to some extent. But after playing the Pixel remasters, they have kind of grown on me a little bit. I still think that the best thing about the Pixel remasters is the soundtrack. That's really the best reason to play it, is to listen to the orchestrated soundtracks. But it's like you get used to the graphics, you get used to the gameplay. I'd say the other good part of the Pixel remasters is the ability to boost, like adjust the gameplay settings to where you can increase your XP, you can increase the money you get, you can even increase like the magic stats you get, like the AP boosts. You can even turn off encounters if you want to, so like little quality of life features like that are really nice, and the auto battle system is cool. So it has quality of life features that I do like, but it's the sheer subtraction of content that bugs me, because again, I really do prefer the extra secret bosses and the extra stuff to do in the PSP versions. But they're alright. I do like the fact that we now can own all 6 classic Final Fantasy games on modern hardware, because that's really all that matters to me. Because you had to emulate them. If you wanted to play Final Fantasy 1 through 6, you had to basically emulate them. Or play the shitty Steam versions. Right? So, it's like, even though they're not the best versions in the world, I do like them for what they are. But I do prefer the PSP versions any day. Anyway, back to chat. So I love how it's always safe for Sephiroth as the boss. Like the little wings flap around, yeah. I think it's best that Konami isn't doing a Symphony of the Night remake, at least that way they might get something new when a new game comes out. Nothing would really stop them from just remaking Symphony of the Night than the GBA. I think that's a little too much. I think that's giving them a little bit too much credit. Because I want you to think about this. The fact that they haven't even bothered doing a Symphony of the Night remake yet, I don't know what makes people think that they're going to do a remake of the handheld games, for that matter. I don't know why people think they're going to do that. Because I've heard people talk about, they're like, oh, Aria of Sorrow should get a remake. Oh, Dawn of Sorrow should get a remake. Circle of the Moon should get a remake. That's never going to happen. I'm sorry, but it's just not. It's just not going to happen. Until we get a Symphony of the Night remake, I don't think anybody should be talking about Konami doing any kind of remakes for any Castlevania game. I'm frankly surprised that we even got Dracula X Chronicles the way we did. I think Harmony of Dissonance needs a remake, though. I think that game in particular does need a remake because that game needs to be reworked. The map system needs to be reworked, the level progression needs to be reworked. That game is a clusterfuck. I've beaten Harmony of Dissonance multiple times, and even today, I still find myself getting stuck occasionally because the map system is so fucking stupid. Anyway, we're done with Final Fantasy VII. Hurrah! Now we could finally do Final Fantasy VIII. Starting with Don't Be Afraid. I think this is this the track? Is this the infamous water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water? I think it is. Yeah, it is. It's the water and water. Water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water. Water and water and water, water, water and water, 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 water. Fucking shit. Water and water and water, water. Water and water and water, water. Water and water, 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 water and water, water. Fucking love that. That's like, I think that's my favorite Final Fantasy meme ever. It's just such a perfect fucking... Oh, I keep forgetting to change my party whenever we switch games. So now we got the Final Fantasy VII crew on the Final Fantasy VIII game. God damn it. Water and water and water, water. Damn it. I need to stop getting distracted by chat. I keep looking at chat while I'm trying to play, and I need to stop doing that. I keep thinking that I can multitask, but I can't. You keep thinking that you can multitask, but you just can't, Nemo! Water, water, and water, and water, and water, water. I love that. Okay, we got the meme song out of the way. Now comes the boss music. God damn it, I forgot to change the party again. God, I say I'm gonna do something and I immediately forget to do it. I really do have dementia, don't I? Fuck's sake, man. My aunt is a really big fan of this game. She really loves Final Fantasy VIII. She still has, because I visited her a few years back, she still has her original Final Fantasy VIII guidebook. Which is amazing to me because my aunt is like almost in her 50s, but she still loves Final Fantasy VIII. She still has that fucking guidebook on her shelf. No, not that one. That's a different aunt. That's on my dad's side of the family. That has the succubus face. I'm surprised you remembered that. He's referencing my my Lament of Innocence playthrough where I talked about my aunt looking like the succubus, because she does. What my aunt on my dad's side of the family looks like the succubus from Lament of Innocence. Face-wise, like in the face, she looks like my aunt. Don't get weird about it. God, okay, no. We're gonna back out of the song. We're not doing this. I said I'm going to change the damn party, and that's what we're going to do. Stop playing with the Final Fantasy VII team and switch your damn party. You wacky beetle. Well, if any of your aunts have the Symphony of the Night succubus face, let me know. Nah, none of them. Nah. I don't think they do. Alright, Final Fantasy VIII crew, here we go. Where are you, Squall? There you are. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I have you guys all leveled up. Yeah, you guys are all leveled up. I don't even have Data leveled up. Well, wait, do I have Ultimate? Not even Ultimecia leveled up? I'm surprised I never even picked her. But I got Setzer. Or you know what? Fine, let's just stick with Setzer. Wait, did I say Setzer? I meant Cypher. God damn it. That's a different character. Setzer is Final Fantasy VI. I've been playing too much Final Fantasy VI, that's probably why. I've been trying to beat that lately. Bum ba dum ba bum ba dum ba bum ba dum ba bum ba dum ba. Heart and soul. Well, this song seems pretty straightforward. Why is this on purple difficulty again? It dropped my fucking input again. Fucking horseshit. Like what? Like what the fuck? It completely dropped my square like my button press again. You see that shit? Okay, enough with the DSP stuff. Oh, I love this song. This is a fun track to play. They even have this is another one of those songs that has a remix version on here too. I'm gonna play that one as well. This is such a fun track to play. Darien Donkey Kong Country Win. I don't know if I'm ever gonna play that. Or stream it at least, because, believe it or not, I'll talk about it in a minute. Alright, goddamn, calm down. got like 3 game requests back to back. Chill out. Talking about Donkey Kong Country Win, Manhunt Win, Castlevania Resurrection Win, Lacard Chronicles Win. I got a simple answer for all that. No. No. I thought about doing a stream of a Castlevania Resurrection, but I was like, you know what? There's no point in me doing it because I feel like everyone else on the internet has already done it. There would be literally no point in getting my input on it because everyone else has done it and has talked about it. And I feel like it's already past the point of the hype where it's already been talked about and played. So, like, the novelty is kind of over. I mean, I guess I could do it at some point in the future, but it's not necessarily on my radar at the moment. But Manhunt? I've never even played Manhunt. I don't think I will. Now with Donkey Kong Country, though, I've never played Donkey Kong Country before until just recently, like last year. And I had fun with it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream it, because that's on the Switch, and I don't have the means necessary to stream Switch games. I mean, I could emulate it on my laptop, but I don't want to do that. It's not worth it. It would have been different if it was like a blind playthrough, but I've already beaten it. I don't really care. Donkey Kong Country seems like it would be a little bit, I don't know, off-brand for me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just making up excuses at this point. Just say no, Darien. Just fucking say no. Just say you don't want to stream Donkey Kong Country. Just say no. Stop making up excuses. Just say no. What's going on, Larry Mir, or Laurie Mir, however you pronounce that? Hello. Should probably try Castlevania the Arcade. That's another one that I was thinking about streaming, but the reason why I was putting that off is because when it came out, when Castlevania the Arcade got leaked, the controls didn't work. They still had to map out the controls for the game. So you could download it. You could download the demo, which I did. I have it downloaded on my laptop. I have it downloaded. But I need to download the patch that lets you play it with a controller. Or at least mouse and keyboard. Because the demo version that I have is unplayable because they weren't able to figure out how to map the controls yet because it's an arcade game. And they needed to figure out how to map everything to the mouse and shit. So, I'm pretty sure they got that figured out by now, but I still need to figure out if I even want to do that still. Cause that would be a stream idea. That would be something, but yeah. Have they figured out how to let you play the little witch? I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I assume that's one of the characters. I think that, yeah, the little witch. Yeah, I think that's one of the characters in the game. I don't know. You need a membership to play as her? What? That's weird. You need a membership? Huh. I don't know about that. I don't know. That's strange. Hottest Final Fantasy character go? Oh fuck, don't put me on the spot. Lulu from Final Fantasy X. Goth chick with big tits and the belt skirt. Gotta be Lulu. Gotta go goth, man. Gotta go with the goth chick. The big titty goth GF every time. Speaking of Lulu, we need to really talk about that design, because I'm not shitting you, she has a literal skirt made of belts. Go look at her design again real quick, like literally Google it real quick. Go look at Lulu's design. She literally has an entire dress made out of belts, covering her entire lower body. It's such a Tetsuya Nomura design. It is such a Nomura design that I cannot believe that it exists. And I never really noticed it until I had to really look at it. Cause it's like, what? Like, why? Why do you have a skirt made entirely of belts? Why is that a thing? What were you smoking, Nomura? You get what Dan, you get what I mean. Yes, but it's still a skirt. It's still a skirt underneath the skirt. You get what I mean? Yeah, Nomura has like a belt fetish, a leather fetish, a zipper fetish. Like, I don't know what his deal is with, like, the belts and the zippers. I don't know, man. I'm not here to get into the semantics about what fucking skirts are and what's not. I'm just telling you, it's covering her entire lower section, man. Belts don't do that. I'm not here to split hairs about what a belt is or isn't. You get what I'm trying to say. Her entire lower section, her legs are covered with belts. Okay, what is this beat? I'm not hearing a beat. Hate when they do that. Not entire showing legs. I know, but... You know, hold on. Let me pull this up again. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's showing like 10% of her thigh, of her upper thigh. But it's still covering the rest of her lower section. Yeah, it literally is a skirt made of belts. You guys are nitpicking, you guys are fucking with me. You guys are splitting hairs for no fucking reason. Go look at the design right now. It is literally a skirt made of belts. I am not shitting you. You guys are trying to fuck with me. Trying to get into the fucking semantics of what I'm talking about. Like, you get what I mean. It's still a weird design at the end of the day. And now I can't even focus because you guys have got me all riled up talking about belts and skirts and weird Nomura designs and semantics. That doesn't really matter because you get what I'm trying to say. And you still try to fuck with me anyway because you just like to fuck with me and like to get me to fuck up on this song. And I'm still fucking up on this song. Yes, they're not leather belts, they're Velcro. Let's keep going. Let's keep going with this. Are they leather or are they Velcro? Dementia 64 at it again. You know it. Yep, I'm just going senile. I can't remember anything. I'm completely wrong about everything. I have no sense of fashion, and I'm completely inept when it comes to identifying what designs are. I can't even remember what Lulu was wearing. Am I wrong? Damn, I must just be seeing things. can't even fucking focus on this song. Please, for the love of God, I hope that when we get to Final Fantasy X, that I hope that Lulu is playable, because if she's playable, oh my god, it's over for you. It's over. It's fucking over for you. I'm gonna prove something to you. Yeah, that was bad. That was a really bad run. 828. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting a double S for that. That is definitely a double S. Maybe even a single S. Yeah, single S. Look at that. That's the first single S we've gotten. All because you guys wanted to sit there and fuck with me about this belt situation. What a stream this has turned into. Lulu never even existed. It's a man called Liam. And actually, it's not pronounced Liam, it's Liam. Because you're an idiot, Darian. You've been wrong about everything your whole life. Okay, can we actually focus on the damn song for once? Like, can we actually, like, focus on the damn game? Can't. Okay. We're done with Final Fantasy VIII. Now it's time to move on to Final Fantasy IX. Enough with this belt talk. Alright, before we forget, let's change up our party. With Zidane. I remember when I was playing Dissidia a long time ago, when I was younger. I've never played Final Fantasy IX before, and I remember always calling Zidane. Because again, it just sounded right, and it looked right. Like, I don't know, like, I think I called him Zidane because, you know, Dane, like Dane Cook. So I'm like, oh, Dane. I don't know, I'm fucking stupid. Apparently I'm stupid about everything, so you know what, that's par for the course for Darian. I can't pronounce shit. Alright. Final Fantasy IX crew. Actually, let me double check something real fast. How many Final Fantasy X characters? Oh, we don't have Lulu? Fuck. I can't prove you guys wrong. Oh, but they'll give us Riku. They'll give us Riku, Pain. They'll give us... Oh my god. Say worst sure. Yeah, you thought you were gonna get me, huh? You thought you were gonna get me with that, didn't you? Yeah. Thought you had me, didn't you? There is no such thing as... Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that proves it. Yeah, there really is no such thing as Lulu because they didn't put her in this game. That proves it. Aw, man, you guys are... This fucking stream, man. How did we get here? No, I know how we got here. It's because Dan had to ask me who the hottest FF character was, and then I had to say Lulu and her belt skirt, and then you guys dogpiled on me talking about what a belt skirt really is, and if it really was a skirt or not, and that she was showing like 10% of her thigh, and therefore it's not really a skirt, but it really is because the rest of her lower section is covered by it, so you know what? You know what? I'm starting to think that you guys just hate me. I know how it is. I go absent for a while and you guys get salty about it because I keep saying, oh yeah, I'll be back with another stream soon, and then I go like a couple months without ever coming back, and then you guys take out your frustration by trolling me. I get how it is. Damn, we almost had the 900. We need to focus. I need to focus. Because now I'm starting to make steady 8 millions. I don't want to do that. Yeah, double S. Yeah, we need to cut that out. We need to start fucking focusing, god damn it. Like, where are the perfect chains at? We're not even getting the perfect chains anymore because you keep distracting yourself. You dumb fucking wacky autistic shit. Yeah, no, that's directed at me. Whenever I say autistic, I'm talking about myself. I'm the wacky autistic shit. Because I keep doing autistic shit all the time. And that's why my brain's so fucked up, because I'm autistic. That's why I'm so weird. That's why I'm so fucking weird. That's why I keep going from Zoidberg to Frieza. I need to do a video. I've been thinking about doing like a skit video where I have Zoidberg talking to Frieza. Having Frieza say something like,
And just what does this idiotic crustacean think he's doing talking to me?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know how I got here. They said that this place was Namek, so I was trying to find someone to talk to. I don't fucking know. I don't even know who you are, Mr. Freezer.
My name isn't Freezer. It's Frieza. You dumb fuck.
Oh, I'm so sorry that I mispronounced your name, Frieza. I'll do better next time, Jesus Christ.
What's going on? What am I doing? Now you really gone off the deep end. See, now you're turning away your viewers because now you're being extra autistic. I got the 9 million though. Is that the key? Do I just need to keep being an autistic little freak to get the perfect chain every time?
Do I need to keep talking like Zoidberg and
Frieza to get the perfect streak every time?
Square button, please. I'm really gonna have to switch up buttons here if it keeps this shit up. Like, it really does just keep, like, dropping inputs randomly. I don't even know why it's doing that. I just have to switch it to a different button. Fuck it, I'll just start pressing triangle. Did you just ask me if I choose the guy or the bear? Well, I'll tell you what. I certainly don't want to end up like that Timothy Treadwell guy, so I think I'm gonna pick the guy. If you know who that is, you know. You're supposed to drop beats, not inputs. I know, but this game likes it. It really likes it when I drop inputs. Alright, what in the hell are y'all talking about down there? Talk about Cocaine Bear, Five Nights at Dankies, 5 monkeys on cocaine or 3 normal orangutans. What in the hell happened in the last 5 minutes? Actually, Darian, that was like 2 minutes. See, I already beat you to it. I already beat you to it. You can't correct me because I already corrected myself. Yeah, see, it didn't even stop you. I couldn't even correct myself correctly. I see. What the? I can't even correct myself right, man. Before you, and then you still do it. This song is interesting to me because if you've played Final Fantasy IX, or hell, even Dissidia for that matter, you're led to believe that Kuja is, like, music savvy, and he really is, like, in tune with, like, how music works, and he's, like, familiar with, like, musical terminology. So he says all kinds of fancy words like, oh, here comes the finale, oh, now begins the denouement, and he's like... But his theme song, this final theme song, is like fucking techno? It kinda has like that weird rock thing going on with it, and it's like, I was not expecting that for Kefka's theme to sound like this. I was expecting something with a little bit more like violins, brass, string, something more like classical sounding, and more orchestrated, not like techno. Techno rock. Like, listen to this. Because, like, this type of song is not something that I would associate with a character like Kuja. I would expect, like, pianos, violins, and such. Not whatever the fuck this is. Like, this sounds like it should be here. Oh, we're messing up. Okay, we got it. Damn, we still couldn't even make the 9 million. Ah, fuck. What do you think Dracula's castle smells like? We still haven't left the Advent Angel, the Advent Children One Winged Angel remix. That's still going. It's funny. Anyway, to answer your question, what do I think Dracula's castle smells like? I'm trying to think. You know those, I don't know if you've ever smelt them. You ever smell those, Black Dragon incense sticks? Something like that. Or, realistically, it probably would smell like piss and rotting corpses and monsters and nasty shit and probably dust. Probably really dusty. I don't know. Oh yeah, this guy. I remember seeing this guy on, like, all kinds of, like, top 10 worst boss fights lists for a long time, because people were pissed about the fact that he just comes out of nowhere and kind of just robs Kuja of his boss fight and undermines the ending. It's like, oh, here's a random god boss for the hell of having a random god boss in an RPG, just because we need to have one. There he is. Alright, now we can move on to Final Fantasy X, and you know what? I know I said I was gonna go up to Final Fantasy XII, but technically speaking, I think we've done, like, more than enough. Because we had to do these extra 2 Final Fantasy remix stuff. We had to do, like, the spin-off stuff for Final Fantasy VII. And last stream, I did, like, 6 categories. So I did 6, and this would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. So I think we're gonna end it with Final Fantasy X, and then we're gonna continue with 10-2, and then go on from there, probably up to Final Fantasy 15, if I'm lucky. So yeah, we're gonna end it with Final Fantasy X. Wait, change the party. Don't be a dumbass. Get Titus in there. Yes, it's Titus, not Titus. I know there's a lot of anal motherfuckers out there that want to call him Titus. I know it sucks, but you just gotta accept it and move on. Oh, I didn't level up Jecht? Oh no, he's level 77, never mind. Why would you lie to us like that? 'Cause it's hot as fuck, alright? It's hot. I'm dying here. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but doesn't this battle theme kind of sound like a Pokemon battle theme? Tell me it doesn't. Tell me this doesn't sound like a Pokemon battle theme. It sounds like something that came straight out of Pokemon Stadium specifically. I think it's a rolling drum. Yeah, Dan, you're so musically savvy. I don't know anything about music. I couldn't tell you what instruments or what. Like, all I can tell you is if it's a brass, a string, a woodwind. That's all I can tell you. But I couldn't tell you what specific drums they are, what type of instrument they're playing, because I don't pay attention to that stuff too much. I'm not the music guy. I'm the art guy. I'm the artistic savvy one. I'm not the music savvy guy. This fucking shit, the dodging the thunderbolts. Boy, am I glad I haven't gotten to that yet in that game. I still need to beat it. The only two games I think definitely need a remake are Belmont's Revenge and Simon's Quest. Yeah, I think I'd agree. I think if any Castlevania game was in dire need of a remake at all... Well, actually, you know what? No, I take that back. Well, yes, those games would be included. Castlevania 3 needs a remake. Yeah. And I say Castlevania 3 needs a remake, not only because it's only on the NES, but because of the fact that, one, Dracula X got to have a remake, right? So that set a precedent, okay? But I think Dracula's Curse deserves a remake because it's important. It's literally the first time a Belmont has slain Dracula, and it basically... It's really popular. The story of Castlevania 3 seems to be really popular right now because of the Netflix show, because of it adapting that. So I think there's an audience for it too. So it would be cool. Like, imagine like a 2.5D remake like Dracula X Chronicles, but for Castlevania 3. That would be so dope. Oh boy, this song. This song, even though it's a rank 13, this song's hard. This song is fucking hard. Damn it. I love this part coming up with the drums. This is like my favorite part of the song. The drums come in so heavy, it's so good. Okay. Let me look at chat, because you guys were talking up a storm during that song. I'm talking up a storm. You said, good lord. Dracula's Curse could use a remake to set the proper events of Dracula's Curse. since that game goes under lore that isn't canon anymore. Huh? What do you mean? To set the actual events and let them know the show isn't what the events of Dracula's Curse were. I see way too many people watch the show and skip Castlevania 3. Well, I mean, yeah, it would serve as a good way to remind people that, yeah, this is what's actually canon. But, yeah. Oh, this song. The heavy metal song with the lyrics in it.
Don't you give up on it. You buy the hand that paid you.
Okay, so you said Castlevania 3 with lore states that Alucard is a full vampire and the way Dracula's powers work are not the same as his connection to Chaos and IGA lore. Dracula's reasoning starting a war is only to get stronger, nothing to do with Lisa since she didn't even exist back then. I mean, it's not really explicit though. Like, Dracula's curse lore isn't really explicit in the game itself. It's probably in the manual that it says stuff like that. Because the only one that really contradicts lore is Legends. That is a blatant contradictory game, for sure. But I don't know about Dracula's Curse, though, because even, like, the tells you that he only wants to get stronger. I mean, that's a vague term, though. That's a really vague term. Like, get stronger for what? Like, yeah, he wants to get stronger, but for what reason? That reason could be Lisa and what they did to his wife. Because again, it's already established that Trevor Belmont was the first person to kill him. And it's even established in Lament of Innocence that after Lament of Innocence, Dracula and the Belmonts don't see each other for hundreds of years. So, because I know because people have tried to argue with me about that, about trying to argue about Legends being canon, about like, oh, that, you know, Sonya can still be canon, it's just that she can't defeat Dracula. She can still fight him, but here's the problem with that. It still wouldn't work because it already states that the Belmonts don't meet with him for hundreds of years. There shouldn't be any prior meetings to the Belmonts with Dracula besides Trevor. Trevor should be the first person to face and kill him. That's just how it should be, right? That's why Legends doesn't work. But with Castlevania 3, with him getting quote-unquote stronger, I feel like that's just a vague term that can, it's just, yeah, he wants to get stronger, okay, but for what though? You can kind of just fill in the blanks with that, and that's not necessarily contradictory of anything. And again, even in the game itself, nothing really explicitly contradicts anything. Trevor still kills Dracula, he still meets with Sypha and Grant and Alucard. And again, with Alucard being a full vampire, I don't even know if that's explicit either. They might just call him a vampire because, I don't know, it's splitting hairs. Calling him a Dhampir is just kind of like splitting hairs, because even if he's just half a vampire, that still makes him a vampire. He still has vampire genetics in him, and he's still the son of a vampire. It's one of those semantics things, it's one of those splitting hairs stuff, but from a narrative perspective, it doesn't break anything. Dracula's Curse, you can still make a remake of Dracula's Curse and still have it be canon, because nothing is being contradicted. The things that you mentioned are stuff is just kind of minor and hasn't really been, like, it's not thoroughly explained enough. That's the stuff that you're talking about, and at least I think so. Like with Dracula getting stronger, again, that's a vague reason as to why he wants to get stronger, but that doesn't explain why he wants to get stronger. You know, I get what you're trying to say. I get what you're trying to say, but I'm just telling you that to say that it's not following canon lore, though, I don't know, I think that's a little bit of a stretch. I think it's still canon no matter how you look at it. Because I'm pretty sure Igarashi himself would have said something, right? So they became a vampire. I don't know. They certainly don't tell you that in the game, though, that's the thing. They don't tell you that in the game, that's just a manual thing. So if you're just playing the game, you're not going to get that information, so I think it's fine. And I don't know how much of that is just translation, or what, you know? I think as long as it's only in the game, that's what matters, because that's what's being presented in the game, that's what everyone is going to see. So if you just say it in the manual, I don't think that really cuts it. Because there's a lot of stuff that's contradictory in the manuals, right? Especially in the old days of Castlevania. They just said whatever the fuck they wanted in the manuals without really thinking about it. For instance, on the back of the American box of, I think it's the Adventure. On the back of the Adventure, if you look at the box art, the game's description tells you that it takes place after Simon's Quest in Castlevania 1. When that can't happen, because Christopher comes way before Simon. So it's like, stuff like that happens all the time, especially back then. They just said random stuff on the back of the box in the manual without really thinking about it too much. Right, it's where that stupid notion that Grant is a pirate came from. Exactly, it's one of those stupid mistranslation things, and it happens all the time. I think it's just one of those things where, yeah, it was just stupid marketing, mistranslation stuff, but it didn't make it into the game, though. It didn't. That's information that's not, like, actually part of the game. Right, it's just there to grab people's attention, exactly. But if you play the game itself, that information is not in the game. They don't tell you that Grant's a pirate, they don't tell you that Alucard is a full-blooded vampire, they don't tell you, like, all that other mumbo-jumbo. I see your comment, Juan. I'm going to talk about that here in a second, because I do want to talk about that. Okay, so yeah, you mentioned Sypha, and I'm glad you mentioned this because this is something that I considered when I was actually doing my interpretation of Sypha a bit ago. If you look at my DeviantArt, I actually did a Sypha piece not too long ago, and I actually remembered to take that into consideration because that's actually one of the key plot points and one of the character traits that I remember specifically about Sypha, is that she kind of has this Mulan thing going on where she's trying to kind of take cover as a man and trying to kind of hide her identity because, you know, she's a witch who's working for the church and she doesn't want to be found out, right? So she's trying to like cover and try to like kind of keep herself under wraps and trying to pass off as a man. And the way that you do that without making it too explicit is make it to where, like how I did it, obviously she still looks like a woman underneath the hood, but you cover her up. You don't make it obvious that she has cleavage or that she has like a female body structure. She's covered in robes. That's exactly what I did. I made it to where she's covered in robes. And I think that's how she should look. And it's funny that you mentioned the Netflix show abandoning that premise because even the games have done that. The Pachinko machine, the Castlevania 3 Pachinko did that. They straight up made Sypha look like a chick. Like, she just looks like an anime woman. She looks like just like an ornate, like, nun. She looks like she's got like her cleavage out. You can obviously tell that she's a woman in the Pachinko version, and that kind of bugs me. So when I was designing her, I was like, no, I'm not gonna make it obvious that she's a woman. I'm gonna cover her up and kind of hide her face a little bit, make it to where her blue robe and her cloak is covering her, and not making it obvious that she looks like a woman, right? Right, exactly. At the most, she would look like a feminine man, and I actually got comments for that too. Like, I got feedback from that piece, and people agree that she could pass as a man. I'm like, that's exactly the point, because that's the point of her character in that game. She's not supposed to look like a straight-up woman, right? See, the Netflix show thought they could get away with that by having her with short pixie hair, right? They thought by just giving her short hair that would, like, oh yeah, she's masculine because we cut her hair. No, she still looks like a woman, she still sounds like a woman. It's very obvious that she's a woman, right? She's not gonna pass as a man just because you cut her hair short. So it's like, I feel like when I was designing her, I tried to keep that in mind. Hell, Ayami Kojima kept that in mind. If you go and look at the, I think it was the Curse of Darkness manga, there's a flashback scene where we see Sypha and Grant in the background, and the way that she drew Sypha was very similar to how I drew it, where she's just covered in this very long robe. You can't really see any features on her, it's just a robed figure, and that's precisely the point. You're not supposed to be able to distinguish the silhouette. It just looks like a robed figure. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because I feel like that's a key feature and a key character trait of Sypha that people tend to forget about. Because I thought that was crystal clear in the game. I thought that was crystal clear in the lore that she's supposed to be covering as a man, that she's trying to pass herself off as a man. I thought that was very clear, but apparently people seem to be forgetting that. Exactly, she would probably make her voice a lot deeper, too. Yeah, man, like... Alright, well, that's gonna do it for Final Fantasy X, and I think that's gonna do it for the stream. So next time we come back, we're gonna continue with Final Fantasy X-2, and 11, and then 12, 13, and if we're lucky, we might end it with Final Fantasy 15. And I think we'll be done. But, actually, I don't even think we're gonna be done, because we still have all this other stuff over here that we need to do. We need to do Tactics, Mystic Quest, Chronicles, Dissidia, Type O, Theater Rhythm, Record Keeper, Mobius. Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff to do. So yeah, this might be a 4-part stream. Yeah, this might be a 4-parter. Stream for 5 hours straight? Nah, I can't do that. Not... If it wasn't hot as fuck, I could do that. Drain. Come on, Drain. Yeah, yeah, keep it up. If it wasn't so hot out, I could probably go for 5 hours. I could probably keep going up to Final Fantasy 12, but it's just too fucking hot, man. It's just way too fucking hot. So, yeah, that's gonna do it for this stream. Next stream, we're gonna come back. We're gonna do as much as we can. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting it up. Thanks for trolling me and fucking with me and talking about Lulu's bizarre belt, dress, skirt thing. We still don't know what it is because you guys can't seem to figure it out, and neither can I. Catch y'all later.